Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Pretty Rich Teacher Podcast. I have a special guest today, Miss Sasha. She is one of the very first person I helped leave some part of it. This was like back in 2022. So our goal is
Mhm.
to share her journey, and we gotta think because it's been years, but we
Yes.
went from her first position all the way to an enterprise CSM. She's a big boss now, y'all, a bigger boss in less than what, 2, 3 years. So,
Uh-huh.
you wanna introduce yourself, Miss Ma'am?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Sasha, and I am a large and enterprise customer success manager.
Yes, ma'am.
The role is still new, so I'm just excited about it.
Yeah.
And like Jasmine said, she really helped me get into EdTech and break into those roles. So
Girl,
listen to her, y'all.
yeah, but
Listen
let's
to
talk let's 'cause I remember it vividly because I still remember I had pulled up the LinkedIn message, you're like, "Girl." So,
her.
we're gonna talk all about the story, all about the story. So,
Yes,
we
yes.
both had left, and I remember you were one of those teachers who were like, "Yeah, I quit, I'm done, goodbye." I don't recommend people do that, but you're like, "No, I gotta go."
Yeah, I stepped out on faith because I know that we had to in my district, we had to resign by June 1st.
Mhm, mhm.
I resigned. I hit that button and I was like, Lord, do your big one
Yes.
because I can't go back.
Yay.
And that was it. Like I didn't have a job in sight.
Mm.
Mind you, I was applying for jobs from like that previous December.
Ooh, okay, so that how
And
long was that? That was about what?
that was a good 6 months.
If you
6,
applied.
7 months of applying, like, seriously
Oof.
applying and nothing, like, not even an interview.
And I know you had also paid to get your resume done.
Yes, 300 big dollars.
Oof, oof.
Big dollars, and, I don't remember her name, but she was on in LinkedIn. You know, on LinkedIn, they have, like, a lot of people advertising, like,
Yes.
"Let me review your resume, let me
Yeah,
update your resume."
yeah.
At this point, I think I had, like, 50 different resumes, and I was
Mhm.
just like, "Something is not working,"
Yeah.
so I gave it a shot, and she looked through my resume. I had to fill out a quick questionnaire, and, I used the resume she, set up for me, and nothing.
Mm.
Nothing.
Mm.
That's when I reached out to you, and literally you got my resume, did a few tweaks, boom, interviews, interviews. I'm talking like literally the first time I used interviews, and I'm like, wow, I was struggling for months,
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
months.
Oh my god.
And literally, like I think one of the first interviews I got, like that was my first position.
Okay, look at you. Look at
Look at you.
you. What was the switch? Like, because I had went over because I had told you also. I didn't just do it. I said, "Hey, this."
hmm
And you were
I
like,
think
"Oh, wow, wow."
I
So
think
what
it was the switch with, when you were talking about, like, the outcomes. Like,
mhm.
a lot of the bullet points were, like, things that I did as a teacher. You're as a teacher, as an educator, you can definitely, like, word your resume to make it work for you in ed tech for sure. But my verbiage was not correct, and then I didn't
Mhm.
have an outcome. Like, so, of
Mhm.
course, like, I created curriculum, I did the all of these things, but what was the outcome from that?
Yeah,
Like, what did that accomplish? And that was, I think, the switch that helped my resume to stand out
yeah, yeah,
above others, and I was just like, "Ooh,
yeah, yeah. But you
something."
did, it did. But let's paint a little bit more picture because, like, I have a lot of people who are single moms, and I want you to, like, share your story. Like, you not only just left, like, tell us where you were at, like, and then just
And
even, like, because I know the single mom, like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
it
Listen,
is a
I'm a single
struggle.
woman, and I'm struggling.
Listen, that extra layer of that extra little body that you are responsible for is a lot. At that time, I think I was in like my 8th year of teaching or something like that. And my daughter, she was in pre-K, so she was still in daycare. And at that point, single as a dollar bill. And I was just like, we wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, drop her off to daycare, go to school, do the teaching thing all day, come home, get home by like 6 because we had, to commute. It was a good little traffic situation. And do it all over again. By the time I got home, I had nothing left to give her. And
Mm.
I was just like, no, this cannot just be it. Like this cannot be it. Like
Mm.
I have my bachelor's degree, I have my master's degree, but at this point, I'm like, take the degrees because if I cannot like entertain or pay attention to my kid, what's the point? What's
Yeah.
the point of it all? So that was my motivation for me to like, no, something has to give. Like, this is not it. So I
Yeah.
was scared, but I used that fear to push me like,
Yeah.
okay, we're resigning and we're
Mm.
finding something new
Mm.
because I've seen other people do it in my position. Why can I?
Yeah, I love that, and I like that you said you're using your fear, so it's like, we're not saying, like, you're not gonna be scared, like, this is a little scary, it does feel a little scary, especially if you've been in education all this time and, like, you feel like you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you're like, "Okay, what else do I do? Like, this is my degree," but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm doing it, and I'm not getting paid, and I'm not having like, it's like
Yeah. Educators are creatures of habit. Like it's
Mhm.
hard for you to come out of that routine. Once you get that flow, you know exactly what to expect. And of course, being in education, that job comes with a form of stability.
Yeah.
So hopping into the corporate world is scary because you just don't know what it is. But for me, at least, that freedom, that flexibility, that's going to trump my summers off. That's going to
Mhm.
trump my
Mhm.
spring breaks. Like, because I can move how I need to move. I
Yeah.
can go on a field trip with my daughter now. You know, I can volunteer at school. I can go for reading day. Like I can be at open house and not have to worry about planning my own open house for my classroom. I
What
can be there and I can be present. And that to me, that's priceless.
wow, how does that feel to be able to do all that? Like, how
Oh
does
my
that
gosh.
feel?
Every year when she's in second grade now. So every year, like I'm introducing myself to teacher. I'm like, I'm home, you know. I let me know if you need anything. I am there, whatever you need. I'm a former teacher, whatever support you. And I love having that conversation
Oh
because I
my
can literally be there. Like,
goodness.
you need a chaperone? Yes, I can be there. So that, oh my, it feels amazing.
Oh
Like anything happens,
my gosh.
God forbid if she's sick, I don't have to worry about finding someone to cover my class or figuring out, who's gonna do my lesson plans.
Yeah.
No. PTO.
That's no more
PTO.
block days. "Sorry, it's testing season." None of that.
No, PTO, and I can take off a Friday or a Monday and not have to worry about it. Listen,
Living,
so
living. So it sounds like you're like, because 'cause I've been teaching a lot of, like, desire, like, what do you desire? Because like, yes, it's gonna be hard work, but you had a bigger vision for yourself, and
mhm.
you quantum leap because ever since Sasha left, every other Paris, like, talk about all the things now, like, I
Uh,
know it's, like, so much, but especially, like, the single moms or just even people who are like, "Okay, I don't even have the money to do things," but it's like you still
yeah,
invested money, you're like, "Hey," like, because I feel like and I think you have invested, like, anybody who has a master's degree has invested money.
yeah,
So, have the master's, but just, like, those skills that weren't taught in your master's degree of how to go into a field, like, you seeing, like, okay, like, I am a single mom, I have all this stuff, but this is the reason why I'm doing it, and, like, what has been your benefits? Because you have a whole new life, you have more places to be.
it is. You know what? I will say this honestly, going into like a new career, there is a level of imposter syndrome for sure. Because now you're in like the big girl world, you're in the corporate world, and you're just trying to figure out where you fit in. But in your head, or in my head, I had to go in as delusional as possible. Like, I
Mhm.
belong here. I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I can literally do anything.
Mm.
And that is what I went in with. So, like, when I first got in, I was just like a little bit timid. My first position, we had unlimited PTO, and I'm like, that cannot be real. So I'm just like, I never took days off. And then I saw people taking days off. I'm like, okay, let me take a
No
little
one's
day
getting
off
trouble.
here.
No one's getting in
Let me
trouble.
get a day off here. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay. So now whenever we get ready to travel, a birthday trip. Oh, you want to go here? Let's go here. We done been so many places. Like my daughter is like, oh, I have 9 stamps in my passport. Yes, you do, Miss Ma'am. Every break that we get,
Damn.
every break that we get, we're gonna take a trip for sure. And
Yeah.
it's not even just the trips, but literally I could be in Target or Walmart at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Who else
Okay.
what other job lets you do that?
I'm in Publix with the elders, with the seniors. Okay. I I'm there.
Uh-huh.
So it's like I don't have to grocery shop on a Friday afternoon where it's like so many people in the grocery store. Uh-oh, did you freeze?
Oh, there
Oh,
okay.
okay, there you go.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have to be in the grocery store on a Friday afternoon
Yes, like,
or on a
everyone
Saturday morning. I'm in the grocery store at 10 a.m. Okay?
good morning,
After my Pilates class
good
because
morning.
I can do these things.
I love this.
That those are the simple things. Like I can go to the restroom. I don't have to say, "Hey, can you watch my class?"
Mm,
Like
mm,
that type of freedom is that's priceless.
mm,
That's
mm,
priceless.
mm,
And
mm.
I mean it doesn't get any better than that
Yes,
for me.
yes, yes.
Really.
I was like, this is worth it. So I always ask, but I don't even know I know the answer, like, do you miss teaching? Do
Baby, no. It's a no for me. There are some aspects like, when I see teachers getting ready, I miss the interactions with my students. But when it comes to like if I have to choose, it take me every day. Every day. Baby, I'm here.
give me the coins, give me this time.
Give me the coins. Like, and even like when I'm looking like, oh, some principals or old admins that I still keep in contact with, they're like, do you want to come? Mm-mm. We got a pay raise. No, my pay raise is great.
Okay, oh, great.
I'm good. Do you need some support? Because I can volunteer.
I'm
I got I
screaming.
have the time, but
Yes. Oh my gosh.
mm-mm.
Okay. What about so you miss certain things, but, like, do you feel like you truly are still serving education in a different way? Like, what is your honest take on that?
Honestly, my last year of teaching, I felt like I was no longer making an impact.
Mhm.
Honestly and truly, just because of just the times, like, kids, I taught 5th grade for, about 7 years, and the kids, I've seen them drastically change, like,
Mm,
it was moving from, like, "I don't wanna do this because I don't understand," to, "I don't wanna do this work because I just don't want to."
mm,
And you can't teach motivation.
right.
It was very hard just to kind of make an impact or just like, say things that would actually get through to them. And I think that the pandemic had a lot to do with it, just parenting and just a lot of factors played in that role. And then the gap just continued to get larger and larger and larger and larger. Like I'm in 5th grade teaching 1st grade skills.
Oh, wow.
I'm teaching kindergarten skills. There are kids that literally didn't even know how to spell their name, and I'm not being dramatic about it. And for me, it was just like, what am I doing here? Like these kids are not growing. And at that point, I was like, something else has to give. I will always have a passion for education, but I felt like it had to be beyond those 4 walls. So
Mhm,
now
mhm,
talking to superintendents or admins or district admins or, you know, CTOs, those are the people that, they make the decisions.
mhm.
Unfortunately, sometimes teachers are not included in those decisions, but at least now they can have, I will always have my educator hat on so
Yeah,
they can have my viewpoint. And we're having these conversations about the products that we're working with or the curriculum that I'm working with.
yeah,
I can really let them know, like from an educator standpoint, this is what they need. This is what's happening,
yeah.
and I feel like definitely you can still make an impact without being in the 4 walls of the classroom. So
Mm.
that's what motivates me because I know that we're still making a difference. It's
I
just in a
yeah,
different setting.
yeah, literally in a different way, and I feel like I wanna talk a couple of things about it. So, like, we're still like, because I tell a lot of people, like, you are going to be valuable for your education experience, and especially when you're more so in the role, right?
Mhm.
But talk a little bit about how you had to, because I know when you were going to your positions, especially into CSM, because
Mhm.
starting in sales just like me, I just recorded one earlier, like, starting in sales, but then moving into CSM, and you are in an enterprise CSM experience.
Mhm.
So, I have 2 questions. I want to talk a little bit more about customer success,
Mhm.
for my clients, for everybody, like, what it entails, like, how to be successful, how to interview for it, but more so, like, how did you have to change the way that you interviewed or, like, the skills you presented with versus, like, what you were doing before, like, presenting as a teacher versus, like, the role? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. First I was in sales and sales is not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's a good foot in the door, I will say that, but it's not for everybody because it definitely can get a tad bit aggressive depending on whatever the product
How
is.
the product, company,
Um,
whatever. Mhm.
yeah. So for me, CSM, like when I was starting to interview for CSM positions, I had to really like put my advocate hat on. So I had to present myself as someone that these higher superintendents, these district admins that can have a conversation with. So I had to, one, be able to have those intellectual conversations and be able to hold their engagement, and two, be able to just like present in a way that they can truly hear what I'm saying as their advocate, given the information that I'm giving them, and be able to kind of build that relationship with them so that they're able to trust what I'm saying
Mm,
based on whatever product that we're working with.
yeah.
So it took me a little while because I was just like, okay, I'm in sales, I'm talking to admins,
Mm,
but you really do kind of have to switch um, the way that you present, because now they have the product, they have the curriculum. How are you going to help them to stick with that curriculum and continue to see that value
mhm.
over and over and over again, year after year when it's time to renew?
Yeah.
So I really had to learn all of that just to be able to stand out in my interviews, because when I was first started to interview, they was only seeing the sales part of it. And you
Yeah.
can use a little bit of sales
Yeah.
in the customer success position, but you really truly need to be able to let them continuously see that value in the product that they currently have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I talk about that. So I do sales, customers. I have a lot of people who are interested in sales. I actually have a lot of sales girls now, but I
Ooh,
customer success people. It just depends. I love both.
yeah.
I love both, but they are different challenges.
Yeah.
But tell me more about why you like CSM, because I want to actually I want to talk about that specific piece of customer success, because I people who's jumped to customer success think it's a little bit easier, but it is a little different. Like, yes,
Mhm.
it's easier in the sense that you don't have like your quota, you don't have to bring in new business.
Mhm.
However, because you're an enterprise CSM, and I want you like so what that means in the layman term is that she handles the big accounts.
Big dogs.
Big dogs. The big dogs. For my clients, y'all know what enterprise CSMs are, but they handle the biggest accounts. So, like,
Yeah.
that it could be you could have maybe 5 as opposed to 30 accounts, but they'll each of tho if one of those accounts go,
It's gonna make a dent in
yeah,
the company.
yes, and whose book of business it is? Yours. So, it is
It
still
is.
like so talk about, like, that challenge, but, like, how maybe just anything you have to say about, like, that renewal piece, because like, sales is just first yes. Customer has a second yes. Like, they have seen the product, they have seen you implement it, but it's like, how like, talk a little bit about how you are able to be successful in this position.
So you really have to kind of bring in there's multiple factors that will help the customer to renew. Like the renewal piece, like once they've onboarded and they've started their contract, it's great, but you have to really follow along their journey to make sure that, when things go wrong, because something is going to go wrong, you handle it in a way where, first you're taking responsibility. Like admins, big dogs, superintendents, they don't want to hear like it's something that they did.
Yeah,
You have to really have that empathy with them to be able to say, okay, this is what went wrong, but we're gonna fix it. And you have to fix it in a way that doesn't leave a sour taste in their mouth.
yeah,
Because by the end of the school year, they're gonna remember not all of the good things that happened, but a lot of like bugs or like things that happen that's probably out of your hands, but you're taking responsibility for it
yeah,
because they're looking at you, you're their customer success manager.
yeah,
You have to like also weigh in the fact that there are new products that will be competitive to the ones that you're currently working with,
yeah,
so pay attention to those and have like battle cards ready for you
yep,
to present to them so that hey, you can show them, hey, this is why our product is still better, this
yeah.
is why our product. You have to be like on it with like
It
product
seems like you're selling
updates.
again.
Listen, I you kind of have to
That's
because
what I'm saying, 'cause I think I don't know, I
ma'am, leave
think
me
sales
alone.
is customer success.
It is a little bit of that because you do have, and that's why I'm grateful for my sales background, but I like the relationship part
Yeah,
of the
mhm,
customer success. But you have to really truly make your relationship, and I remember you told me this when I first started interviewing, you have to make the relationship so sticky that
mhm.
they do not want to
I
leave.
want them in shambles if they
You
cannot renew.
Yes, you so when it's time for them to renew, there's no hesitation. You're just like, okay, so when a renewal, here's your renewal.
Mhm,
You can
mhm.
sign it whenever you're ready. It's no like, are you going to renew?
Yeah.
So you definitely have to build those relationships. And I'm learning that as I go, especially with the big dogs, because that's a whole nother game. Like
Mhm,
I did mid market, and those were like the cute
mhm.
clients. They weren't the babies, but they were
Yes.
nice and cute.
Mhm.
Now these you're dealing with a point of contact, but you have like a team that you're
Mhm,
working with
mhm.
every single week.
Yep.
So I'm learning very, very much every week, little different things, and staying on top of
Mhm.
like what's going on, because it's not just their account. Like there's a lot of factors that play a part with how
Right.
well their account serves throughout the contract year. So yeah,
Woo!
it's
But
a lot.
let me ask you though, honest question from that role in teaching, the difference is which one is more work? Which one is more like you tell me,
Oh, teaching for sure.
which is
Te-
more work?
Teaching is more work. Teaching is more work, and I'm gonna say that, teaching weighs a lot more on you physically. Now, I won't say that this work is not, like, work, because
Yeah,
I be
it's
work
it's y'all we get paid the
it's
big bucks for a reason. Like it's
for a
not
reason.
some people
It
think
is.
CSM is just training, and I'm like, that's one little tiny piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, just a little bit. But there is different aspects of it. It's very different than teaching, but at the same time, like you're at the forefront. Like you are the face of the company to this district, basically.
Mm,
And you have to present yourself well, not only like yourself, but you have to present the product well every single time that you speak with them.
mm,
So it's work, but for me, physically, like tiring is teaching.
mm,
It's
mm.
teaching every single time, just the aspect of it. Like I can sit at my computer and I don't have to, but I can sit at my computer from like 9 to 5 and I still have energy to do life afterwards. I
Mm.
can't do that at the schoolhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way. There's no way whatsoever. So teaching for sure,
Mm,
hands down,
mm,
it's much harder. It's much more taxing.
okay. Let's speak to the people who may think, "Okay, this sounds like a lot of work too. I don't wanna do this." So, like, what can you say? Because like, some teachers still just I don't know if I can actually do all that.
You can. You legitimate every single teacher can.
Mm,
Because you're I learn something new every single day.
mm,
Teachers are lifelong learners. And
mm,
as long as you keep that hat on, there is nothing that you cannot do. Like you have to realize that you're going to find a lot of former teachers that you're working with at these
mhm,
companies, these ed tech companies. So they're in the same boat with you. They understand, they have their children in the background. Like they understand a little bit more of like your personal life, and
yeah,
that work life balance is definitely there to kind of help support you. But it's like you don't if you come in thinking that you can't do it, you're not going to.
mm,
You have to come in being delusional. And I remember you told me that like you need to be before I stepped into a CSM role, you told me you are a CSM. You are a customer success manager and that's how you need to walk into it.
yes,
And that's how I became a customer
yes,
success manager because in my head I was. I
yes,
carried myself that way. So that's what you have to do.
mhm,
There is you just have to believe that you can and you will. Baby,
yeah,
if you can teach, if
listen,
you can pre-plan, if you can discipline behaviors, multiple behaviors in the classroom, if you can lesson plan,
yes,
if you can handle covering other classes, uh,
yes,
this is you can do it.
oh my
Like,
god.
period.
Listen, because I always say, because your book of business is like I feel like your students are a book of business. They are a book of business. You don't know who you're gonna get, but it is your job.
Mm-hmm.
What matter if
Mm-hmm.
Johnny can't sit in his seat? Can you move him up to proficiency?
Yep. Yep. Exactly that. That is your book of business, and you figure out how to approach every single account differently, just like
Yeah,
how do you approach your students differently. Like there are so many different overlaps between education being in the classroom and in ed tech roles
mhm,
that there's no reason why you can't do it.
mm,
Literally. And there are some people that come with no experience and they excel. So you can.
mhm.
Period.
You think personality played a bit of it? Because I feel like you said you went in there, I am a CSM. Like, how talk about the interview, because like, even for you to that journey of you from sales to enterprise CSM in less than 3 years, like, that doesn't happen in education that fast for well, and for much money because you get paid more than principals right now with these positions.
Pretty much, yeah,
You
it's
are, like, you are. How does
it's
that feel to
crazy
say out
though.
loud? How does that feel
Huh?
to say out you get paid more than the principals?
It's crazy because it's like I never imagined that, like, getting
Like, you can't even absorb it right now, like, do you believe me saying this out loud?
No, I don't
Principals?
because it's like even like our my particular job, they do a retreat every year. So they literally fly us out, like hotel
You
room,
get food out by
like
company.
food, like everything for 4 days.
Ooh,
Like I literally can leave my wallet at home.
oof,
Nothing. And I
oof,
mean like even when I'm traveling down to my meals in the airport, like everything is covered,
mm,
right?
mm,
Um
mm.
and it's like, is this for real? Like
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I love me a
you
steak dinner on the company. I love all of a sudden, I feel like eating steak today. All of a sudden,
listen, all of a sudden, like, I want me a little drinky drink on the side, like,
listen,
I
run up that per diem. Run it up. How much I got? Okay, run it up.
okay, expenses, sure, no problem. It's like
Mhm,
it's better outside the classroom, y'all.
yeah.
It's better. It's more to life. I don't know how else to say it. It just is. Now,
Yeah,
there are some people that, they enjoy the classroom, and that's what they're meant to be. I will never knock that
no,
because
I've
teaching
never
is a work of art. Is
mhm,
a work of art. But if your desire is to get out, the only thing and the only person stopping you is you.
mm,
That's it.
mm,
Like literally you. It's
mm,
not always easy depending on what direction that you want to go to. And sometimes it's just by luck and by chance.
yeah,
But you can
yeah, yeah.
because baby, it's the
Listen.
grass is greener.
Listen, the grass is green. And talk about like you also have now, because I think with teaching, like we feel stuck, but like you have the ability, you tell me of if you really need another job, because a lot of people also feel like, oh, what about the job security? But if you know, well, one, if you have sales experience, you will always find another job. And then
Hmm.
you being an enterprise CSM, if you would ever take your talent to a different company, they will eat you up. They'll, oh, yes, yes. Yes.
Quickly, and
Oh, yes. Like literally and
just put that on the resume and you will the interviews will flow in. It's
immediately.
really just you get to do a lot of networking and like I've referred like so many people for at my company now that my manager literally just asked me the other day, like, hey, do you know anybody else that we can
Mhm.
hire because you has like such good
Oh, well,
referral?
let me know. I got some clients who train in
Hey,
so send them my way.
hey, it's just like there is like you can't don't put any limits on yourself because there is so much out there and like with job like once you start to get into a flow of things so you start to connect with people and hey like and good thing about corporate like you have to be with it like
Mhm.
if you feel things are looking a little shaky you know
Yeah.
hello. Reach out to your little
Yeah.
to your network,
Mhm.
because somebody is going to know somebody that knows a position that is available.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
literally,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
make there are a lot of people out there that are searching and that will reach out. Listen, my LinkedIn inbox right now is full of people that's like, "Hey, can you refer me? Hey, hey, I seen your journey. Like,
Uh-huh.
listen, there
Uh-huh.
are so many people that you can connect with and be able to just, get in there now, especially once you've had a few years of experience or just different roles that you can like use to your advantage.
Yeah.
You have to know how to work,
Yeah.
work the work
Yeah.
because corporate is a lot different
Yeah.
than teaching and you just have to be able to put yourself out there. Once you do that, like you're going to come across a lot of different people in a lot of different spaces, but it's like a melting pot and I enjoy it so much even though I'm working from home. I have besties, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Because like it's very doable.
Yes. Now talk to me about so referrals. I know a common question, and it's normal. A lot of teachers, when we talk about like, oh, who's hiring? Who's hiring? Who's hiring? They'll, hey, can you refer me? Then they get on there, and then this is just more teaching. Like I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Okay, refer me. I can do a great job. But like, when you get, let's say you do get a referral and you can do the job, like. the importance of like learning how to like one do the job itself because there are a lot of people now that know about customer success and ed tech sales. A lot of it is on my page I'm talking about it, but they're thinking, okay, well, like they're trying to I guess use the same teaching interview skills that got so talk a little bit about that just so they can hear it from someone like and I remember I gave you those tweaks. At first you were doing it and then you're like, "Oh, wait, okay, I get it now." Like, it's
Mhm.
like a different ball game than the teaching interviews.
Yeah, your teaching interviews is just forget that. Just forget about it, honestly, because they're gonna ask you maybe one or two questions from your teaching experience, but truly listen to what they're asking you. And you really have to make sure that you're answering their questions in that like, environment. I feel like once you're able to kind of do your research a little bit about the company, and then kind of just Google questions, look up like Glassdoor, what type of questions are they asking, and then prep yourself for that. I
Yeah.
remember my interview, one of my first interviews that I had a whole page of like questions that I saw that they were going to ask. And it was good that I had that prepared, but honestly, it was a conversation. Like it was
Yeah.
like just a cool conversation that I had. It had nothing to do with teaching. Um, they just want to know that you're willing to learn.
Mhm.
Really and truly. There a lot of especially if you're coming from the classroom, a lot of hiring managers are going to know that you don't know how to do the job.
Mhm.
But your job is to make sure that in your interview you state that you're not afraid to ask
Mm.
questions, that you're not afraid to just dive in, and
Mhm.
when you fall to be able to learn from that fall. I
Mhm.
think that's so important for you to just be as authentic as possible. Do not sit there and say, well, I did this lesson plan and I did this and ma'am, that sir, that does not matter. It does not matter. You need to be able to say to whatever roles, whatever description that they're talking with, that you are willing to learn that. Ask questions specifically about that. Well, what does this look like? What
Yeah.
is the expectation? What's the outcome?
Yeah.
And make sure that you're willing to say, okay, this is something that I can do. This is something that, is I've done that's relatable to this position and I'm willing to learn and ask questions. That's it.
Mhm.
I
And
think that's important.
what I think has changed now because we did this in 2022.
Yes.
2005, we ain't have as much Chat GPT as the people got now.
Uh-uh.
I don't you probably don't see it because 'cause you're not, interviewing, but my clients are going on interviews all the time, and I have seen limit the use of AI. Like, because people are using it all up, so
Mhm.
now they are asking a little bit more, like, questions of people
Mm,
job. Like, right now, a classroom teacher to enterprise CSM, can it happen? Yes. However, like, there's a
yeah.
lot you need to know.
Yes. A lot you need to know. That's a huge jump.
Yeah.
A
But even to
huge
a CS
jump.
even to a CSM position, like, is it possible? Yes, but, like, it's less about like you mentioned, it's not just, "Okay, I have lesson plans, I have my degrees, I know how to do it." Because some people are approaching it, and I think it's just genuinely just they just don't know, but it'll be like, "I have my master's, I'm reading the job description, I can absolutely do it." They just need to give me
Mhm.
a chance. But when they get on a interview, they're like, "Hey, tell me a little about yourself. Hey, I increase student proficiency." And it's like, "Do I this is student proficiency in this job
We
description?"
don't care. They don't care. We do not care.
Yes, they don't care in the most
You have
way.
Yeah, you have to tell these people what they want to hear and like, and speak to those descriptions because those descriptions are going to tell you what the job is. There's
Mm,
going to be a few things that are not listed there, but you need to be able to speak to those things and don't be afraid to say you don't know. Now, don't make yourself look, crazy like you going to be, but just be like, oh, that's an interesting. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And
yes.
because that's something that I'm interested in and I'm willing to learn, like make that very clear.
Yeah, so, like, being able to pivot. I think I wanna ask you, so, like, even though you have wrote down all the questions, did you ever have an interview where they asked you the exact questions that you wrote down in the exact order so that you knew exactly what they were going to say?
No. I've never had that. One, there are some interviews where I've had questions
Certain
and
questions.
I've wrote some down, but never in the exact order. Never that I thought that what I was going to say, just because, like, people are people, and especially it depends on the company. Some and it's sometimes most companies now are doing like multiple rounds, so
Mhm,
you're going to get a whole lot of different personalities from hiring managers, from panels, and from VPs and whatever. So you just never know. You just have to be No, do your due diligence, research the company a little bit so at least you have something to say,
Yeah,
like in reference to them. It's good to prep, but honestly, I think it's more important just to kind of have um just some lingo.
yeah,
'Cause remember when I was like,
yeah.
girl, what is a success review? What is a QBR? What is that? I don't know what that is.
What is churn? What does that
What is
mean?
churn? What is that? And so now you know, now I understand the importance of knowing these keywords. So like when I'm speaking, I can at least,
Yeah,
throw one in there to
yeah,
let them know that, hey, I've done my research.
yeah,
That's the most important
yeah,
part.
yeah, and I will say the interviews now, they not as nice in 2022, I will tell you that. They're not,
I know.
they're not,
I
and
know.
it sounds like if you just know the career knowledge, 'cause I always say it's more than just the keywords, yes, but, like, you gotta know the job.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta know the job.
You
Well, I was
do.
gonna ask you, so in terms of, like, your professional life, like, do you have any other goals of leadership? Like, what's next?
I'm just getting my feet wet in this good old larger
Love
enterprise.
it.
Um, I'm really excited. I think I got really blessed with the company that I'm with because people have been there for years.
Mm,
So that's another thing that's like really stand out when you're looking for jobs to look for a company that where you see people that are not just coming in and out, but they've been there, so they can tell you like, especially with like changes or like if acquisitions happen, like for them to still be there, that's a good sign.
yeah.
So in this role, I do want to kind of sit for a little while in this role. But manager positions
That's
are
where I was leading at. I was like, "When are you gonna be a manager?" Yeah.
manager positions, I've learned about myself in EdTech from just starting in 22 that I can literally work with anybody.
Mm,
People that I probably would have never worked well with in like a
mhm,
school setting. Now I'm just so open to like the different personalities and the ways that people work. It's so interesting to me.
wow,
And people will literally be like, Sasha, like you didn't see that. You think that was crazy? I was like, no, baby, I'm so unbothered. Like I can literally work with anyone. So I do think I'm managing manager,
we'll
that might be in the
yeah,
future a little.
we'll
You
see, we'll see.
we'll see, but, and that's another thing I would say to look for a company where you see people are growing,
Yeah,
like, that they have that opportunity to grow
yeah,
because, like, for me to I've been at this company for a year, and for me to move from mid-market
yeah,
to large and enterprise within in under a year.
yeah. So it sounds like you're networking internally too, is what it
Yes,
people think.
yes.
Because a lot of people kind of do like, "Oh, networking just to get a job," but like, no, this is like networking
Don't
don't stop.
stop.
They don't
Do
stop.
not stop.
They don't
Do not
stop.
stop. That is like because there are right now, the funny thing about it is there are so many people from my old company that are at my current company. And that's because I literally just sent a text
Mhm.
message like, hey, I
Yeah,
saw you working at this company. Like, oh, let me refer you.
yeah.
And boom, interview.
Mhm.
So you have to like, don't stop
Yeah.
networking.
Oh,
Make relationships
yes.
because you never know.
Mhm.
In corporate world, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Mm,
Like,
mm,
that's it. It
mhm,
is about who you know
mhm.
because you're gonna find that out
Yeah,
once you get in there because you're going to take the step that
yep,
you need to get up out of the classroom.
yep,
That's what you're gonna do. Yeah,
yep, yep. I had
because
told
you can.
that I went at my first job, my first sales job, introduced myself to everybody. "Hi, my name's Jasmine. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Customer success. What's your name? What's your what?" I talked to everybody.
Yes, yes, that's how you do it, and sometimes for, like, coming in, it can be a little bit overwhelming because
Yeah.
you're meeting people and you're saying the same things, but it pays off, like, it pays off because you just never know where you're going to end up,
Mhm.
what you're gonna be interested in, because that might change too, and like, "Hey, can I shadow you for a shift or so I can see?" Like, you just never know, so just be open to meeting people because
Yeah.
it'll work out in your favor.
Yes. What other advice do you have for the people? Because I have a lot of people who got some job I'm so excited. I have, job offers, like, coming right now.
Yay!
First 90 days, like, what advice I'm now helping because I've been so focused on getting everybody out. Now I have a whole bunch of people who are out. I'm like, "Okay, let me help you with the first 90 days." That's what I'm focusing on now, like,
Yeah.
one-on-ones, like, being able to even just how you were able to even, like, speak out loud, like, "Hey, I would love an opportunity to move up." Like, I know
Yeah.
you still fall under networking, but, like, what other advice do you have to kinda continue it? 'Cause it's like, it's not even a conversation anymore, like, if it's possible for you to leave the classroom, it is, you just gotta
Mhm.
like, that's one conversation. And now you're out as far as wanting to continue growing your career, like, what advice do you have for them? Like, those first 90 days that so I feel like those days, it was such a long time ago, but just in that, your first position, now position, like, what advice do you have, like, those first days?
I would say never just shut the door. Like once you're at a company or in a position, don't just say, okay, this is it. Like, there are always opportunities to grow and sometimes you have to look for them. So always keep your eyes open, talk to other people in different departments. You may for for the most part, you're going to have to cross collaborate with other teams. Pay attention to the things that they do. It might be interesting to you. And then for just like your first 90 days, be very clear on what your expectations are so that you can meet them. I think it's important to ask a lot of questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions. That kind of shows that you're interested in your position and you're interested in doing well.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace
Yes.
because you're learning something completely new. And just be organize yourself in the best way that you learn. Like block your calendar off.
Yeah.
Like take your time to really go through what it is. And then make sure that your managers are I don't know, how can I say it? Make sure that your managers are managing you, setting you up for success,
Mhm.
not holding your hand and walking you through it, but make sure that they have set those clear expectations. And if they're not clear, you can check in and say, hey, I want to be prepared for the next 30 days.
Yeah.
What does that look like for me? If that's not already set out for you, just make sure that you are set up for success, organization wise, job wise, like, because you never know what can happen, and just be open to the change because there are in your first 90 days there's going to be a lot of changes.
Yeah. What about maintaining work-life balance? Because educators love to burn themselves out again.
I love work life balance over here. Listen, I would say some people have like a 8 to 4 or 7 to 3 or 9 to 5 like time where they're on the computer. um Take breaks during the day.
Mhm.
Do not just sit at this computer all day. Don't do that. And when it's 4 o'clock, when it's 5 o'clock, whatever, close that computer. Close it. Like close it and don't look back.
Mm.
Okay? Because
Mhm.
now you're that's where you get a balance. And
Mhm.
because that work is gonna be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it will. Mhm.
It will.
Mhm. Mhm.
It will. And some days are gonna be more productive than others. That's okay also. That work is gonna be there tomorrow. And if it's a Friday, it's gonna be there on Monday and
Mhm.
everybody's gonna be okay.
Mhm.
You are not Superman. You are not Superwoman.
Mhm.
You cannot save the world.
Yes. Yes.
Close that computer. Okay?
Close that computer.
Close it.
Oh
Close it.
my gosh, you
Yeah.
have given us so many gems. What other thoughts? You spoke to so many things. You spoke through being able to push through, like, using your fears to put you where you wanna be, being able to quantum leap into, like, trips on trips on trips. You became a homeowner.
Yes, I
Girl,
did.
you went everywhere. This girl on Paris, girl on Disneyland, Disneyland everywhere. I'm like, every time
Yes.
story, she goes
Yeah.
somewhere.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta go for it. Look, I
Yeah.
think that in my teacher brain, I had like a scarcity like mindset. Like, I think things were about to run out. So I had to kind of just like hold on tight to whatever I had. I think coming into the ed tech world, you kind of just realize like you need those breaks. You need that time just to really experience life. Make those memories with your family. Like, be present in life because work if you pass out, you drop, somebody's gonna just take your position and just keep and life is gonna continue to go.
Yeah.
It's just important just to enjoy it all. Don't take it too it's a job.
It's a job. It's just at the end of the day, it's just a job because
It's a
we talk because me and Sasha are friends in real life now, but we don't only just be talking about the job. Like,
no.
on next, like, there is more to life.
There's so much more to life. And once you get into like an area or an environment where your job is not so consuming, it does not require so much of your energy physically, then you're able to focus on other aspects of life and really, enjoy life. So it's important for you to step out. Don't be afraid. Like it is scary because teaching for a lot of us is all that we know. And
Mm,
we're like, I have a teaching degree. What else can I do with it? A lot.
like, ooh, say that one more time. I have a teaching degree. What can I do?
A lot.
Mm.
A
Mm,
lot.
mm,
There's so much that you can do with that, and it does not have to be within the four walls of a classroom.
mhm,
Do not let that stop you from doing what you desire to do. Take a chance. There
mhm.
are some people that, they go out, they feel it out. Okay, it's not for you. At
Yeah,
least you took the chance,
yeah,
but you can feel it out and see what there is because the jobs are there.
yeah.
It is competitive, but the jobs are there. Do not let that discourage you. I cannot tell you how many no's I got.
Please talk about that because that is a thing that I get it because 'cause I'm telling people it feels like a shot to the heart, especially when we get to the final round. I'm like, "Ooh."
Listen, I've been on multiple rounds. Fourth round,
Mhm,
not for me. After
mhm,
4 rounds now,
mhm,
not for
mhm,
me. I have countless applications,
mhm,
hundreds of
mhm,
them,
mhm.
and after I started like my first position, I was still getting like rejection letters well into like
Yeah,
my first position.
yeah.
Do not let that it is discouraging. I will be lying to you if I said
Yeah,
it's
no,
not.
it hurts. I tell my clients I have a 5-minute funeral, like, die. Like, it
Yes.
sucks. Like, I don't wanna, like, gaslight people and say, "Okay, suck it up." No, like, feel
No.
the feelings, but know that what's for you is for you, and I feel like every
Yes.
no goes into the right yes, because I feel like
Yes.
because some companies, you probably look back like, "I'm glad I'm not there.
So glad.
I'm not
Listen,
there."
super glad. I've learned in this process that what's for me will not pass me by.
Mm,
Like, I had to get to so many no's to get to this current company that I at now that I love.
um,
I love.
mm,
So what's for you will not pass you by. You're gonna have to go through some hurdles to get there, but if it's something that you really want,
yeah,
it just really helps you just to persevere. You have to persevere in this situation. It's not as easy as getting a teaching job. You can get a teaching job easy. Go
tomorrow,
on one interview, boom,
immediately.
hired.
Mhm,
Corporate ed tech is not always like that. And
mhm.
and for some people, maybe, but for the most part, you're gonna have to do multiple rounds. Do not let that discourage you because the freedom that you get on the other side, the
Yeah.
flexibility that you get on the other side,
Yes,
it is the
yes.
money that you get on
That
the other
let's talk
side.
about this. I know we don't talk about the money, but it is about the money. Like, money gives you the freedom, it gives you the choice.
It
It
gives you choices.
that's
Yes,
the thing, it gives you choice.
it gives you choice, and that, all of the no's is worth it
Mm,
after that.
mm.
That's it, yeah.
Mm,
That's it, that's all.
so good, so good. I know we changed at least one life today.
I hope so.
Someone's
Yep.
gonna keep pushing forward, like, have that no and then listen to us, like, look at where we are now. You are enterprise CSM. Girl, 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 girl. Girl, I didn't tell you, I contract as a VP of customer success for a company.
Oh,
I contract and
nice.
I do this full time now. I would not have been able to do this whole thing if I was still in the classroom. I
Mm,
wouldn't have
at
had
all.
the energy, the capacity, nothing.
Mm-mm. At all, at all.
So
The
I tell
freedom that you get is priceless.
yeah, so the freedom is like you're doing this work for freedom. Like, you don't even know what you're 'cause I'm sure when you first left, you weren't sure if you're gonna be an enterprise CSA. You're like, "Girl, I'm just happy to have this job right here."
Just happy to have the job, okay? Just happy to have the job, okay? And to make ends meet. That's
Mhm.
it. But you definitely grow, and when you look back, it's like, wow.
Oh my gosh. So basically, so
Wow.
what do you last thing, the people who are saying, "I'll wait till the end of the year," because I know there are some
No.
contract things, but there are people who can leave in the middle of the year. They're just like, "Oh, I'm invested in the year."
Okay, okay. Let me not be so
And I
direct.
love it in a loving way, in a loving
Yeah.
I get it because it was also me. I left in January. I cried after I talked all that cash money, I was like, "I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving." That last day, I still cried. I was like, "Oh my gosh, why did I just do that?" But then
Uh,
I got home and I had that laptop, and I was like, "You know what? I'm okay."
yes. Listen, think about it as this. If you happen to get a job in October,
Mhm.
okay, and this job is going to open the door for you to have that flexibility that you always want, take it because it's you taking care of yourself.
Mm,
Imagine, um, these kids that are in the classroom, they're gonna be okay.
mhm,
They're gonna be okay, and their whole life is not dependent on you. I
mhm.
know that it is. It's hard to do it because it's like you're invested and that makes complete sense, but you also have to invest in you so that you can be the best self that you can be.
Mm,
Those kids can always reach out to you
mhm.
afterwards.
They
They'll find you.
they don't disappear. They down the street still.
They don't disappear. They find you. I have like some of my students that are now in college reaching out to me the other day, and
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh my God." Like you're always going to be that educator, but
Yep.
you have to take care of yourself in this good old economy. If
Yes.
you get a job in the middle of September, turn in those 2 weeks kindly,
You can cry. You
respectfully.
can cry on the way. You can cry.
You can cry on the way on that is fine. Cry on the way as you're turning in your district laptop. That is fine. T- Take care of you.
Yeah.
That is what that is. You are taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your future so that you can provide a better life for yourself.
Yes.
That's it. And
Yes.
because if anybody else would do it,
Mm.
don't worry about people not doing that as teach.
Mhm.
You have to be selfish in this time and take care of what is it that you need.
Yeah. And I feel like
Align yours-
that skill helps you with the promotions. Like you saying, "Okay, well, I do want another, so I'm gonna do what I need to do."
and that is definitely what it's going to prep you because there are times now when like as you get further along into ed tech, jobs are going to come up and they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is a nice position, but oh, but I love my other company. Take it.
Mhm.
I was in the same situation where now I'm moving over to the large enterprise team.
Mhm.
I'm going to miss my account management team. I'm going to miss them. There are great people,
Yeah.
but I need to take care of myself.
Yes.
I will see y'all on the Slack.
Yes. I'll see y'all on Slack. I'll see
I'll
y'all.
see y'all on Slack. It's okay. Take care of you because anybody else is going to do it. The
Yeah.
company is going to do it. The district is always going to look out for the district.
Mhm.
Look out for yourself,
Who is looking
please.
out for you, and who is looking out for you? So look
Yeah,
after you, and the best part is you looking after you, you investing in you, the time, the money, whatever it is, it will pay off.
it will pay off. You don't even need to know how it will pay off. That's it. That's all.
Because if you believe in God, whoever you believe in the universe, you cannot even control everything. Like you can want something, but
You cannot.
it's not gonna come when you want, how you want it, but you can control this piece. You can decide, "I'm gonna do what's required to get what I want."
Faith without works is dead, baby. Move, walk in faith. Okay. Okay. Just go. Just go.
That's good. Well, we gonna leave on that note. Thank you so much for blessing us on the Pretty Rich Teacher
Yay. This
podcast.
was
I am
fun.
so excited for you and your life and your daughter and your travels and your whole life. You inspired
Thank you.
I'm so, like, happy and thankful that you came on here. You inspired
Yes.
the moms, the teachers who just, maybe they need to get ate up today in the most loving way
In the
possible.
most loving way possible,
It's
I
all
promise.
love. Like,
It's all love.
we want you to make more 'cause I think it was the last day. It was I don't know if you watched The Help.
Mhm.
So there's this one scene, and I'm gonna end with it because I like the yeah. But it was the part where they were all like, "We need to get some more maids and tell these stories." Do you remember that part?
Yes.
And she said,
Yes.
"Try, nobody wants to come." And she's like, "I'm gonna come back." And then she came back, and everybody there wanted to tell their story. So this is it. Like it is
Yes.
greener on the other side. We've been there.
Yep.
We've been all around. It is green.
Yes.
You
Believe the hype,
believe the
okay?
hype. Believe the hype.
This hype right here, just believe it.
Yes. Is it work? Yes. But is it which part work is harder? Because at the end of the day, on my worst day, I tell people I can close my laptop and go to Chick-fil-A.
Hello? I can take a nap. Hello? Okay?
So
I
it
can
is
people
worth it.
watch.
Listen,
Y'all better stop playing.
listen. It is worth it. All
It
right.
is so worth it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you later, girl.
Yay, bye.